familia, this week I'm gonna do something that is involved with woodworking, of course, but also allow us to relax a little bit. I love to play darts, and I was wondering where to position my dartboard, so I decided to make a cabinet to, don't allow all the dust to go over the dartboard, and also allow me to play, to relax a little bit sometimes. So I guess you're gonna like the idea. Let's go to that.
Well, we are going to begin with a 23 by 23 3/4 of an inch plywood, which is going to be the background. And then the wood I'm going to use is just this fence boards, which is the cheapest I could find in the Home Depot. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces, which 23.5 in length. I'm going to do butt joints, which is the easiest way. And then the width of these boards is 5.5. I'm going to cut it to 3.5, which is going to allow me to position the background, plywood, and the dartboard, and also still give me a little bit of room. So nothing fancy here. Now I'm going to sand a little bit this board, but it's not needed actually, because at the end I'm going to scorch it. So this step you can just forget about it. But in order to put all of this together, which is actually it's just a box, so I'm gonna use just some glue and nails, and then some black screws, because I want the screws to be seen, to give even a little bit of more rustic look. And at this point you position one board flush in the side, so then the next one is gonna use the previous board as a reference. So you can see there the box is easy to make. Now the screws with pre-drill holes, because it's just half an inch each board, so I don't want to split it, or So this is very easy so far. And after put all the screws on the board, on the box, I'm going to make the doors. At this point the box have 24 by 24, so I'm gonna cut the pieces in 30 in length, and just to have a little bit of over dimension on the top to can make a little bit of profile. And the width of the boards is gonna be 4 inches, so 6 boards are gonna make our 2 doors. Here we go to the table saw and cut it in 4 inches now. And these pieces that are leftovers are gonna be used to make the Z of the barn doors. So nothing fancy so far. Actually, the whole project is very easy, and it can be made in, I don't know, an hour and a half. There we have the doors. I'm going to mark where I want the Z, which is going to be 6 inches and 18 inches. I mark the lines, and the lines are the reference for the Z. Now, to know the angle, the angle exact, as you can see, is an easy way to do it. Just mark that and cut it. Use the first as a reference, and you have both sides. And then the upper and lower horizontal from the Z is just a matter of cut it in. I cut it in 23 just to leave a little bit less than the whole door. As you can see there, I use a board to flush the bottom, and then it's a matter of position everything, nail it in place with glue, and actually I'm gonna put again screws just to keep the same look that I did with the box. But there you have it. So both doors perfectly symmetrical, and very easy to do. And once the glue dries, that's not gonna move. Here we go. Now what I'm gonna do is burn it. The burn is an easy step, and actually it's not just gonna give a good look to it, but also it's gonna protect the wood, believe it or not. This is ancient system used mostly in Japan to protect the outside wood. In this case it's not gonna be outside, but why not? The look is awesome. So okay, and once everything is burned, as you can see, turn the door. Okay, now. So once you have everything, the over size that I have on the top usually is cut in an OG shape in dartboards, but in this case I'm gonna use somehow a barn style. You know, the roofs from the barns have two shapes, so that's what I'm gonna use. Nothing fancy, but I mean, I think it's a good touch. There you have it. Of course, you have to burn the edge you have just cut, And now the hinges. The hinges are regular ones, the cheapest I found, and you have to make a little recess to, to position them flush with the side, and then we will have to bend the longest part, which is. I mean, I don't want the hinges in the inside. I'm not that good player, and sometimes I don't know. The risk to hit a hinge is high for me, so I prefer to do it on the outside. And in order to do so, and still have the doors flush, you have to bend it. So I'm marking there. The first one is out of focus, but the second one you're gonna see. It's just a matter of put it on the vise and hammer it like that. Maybe. There you have it. So nothing fancy or difficult so far. The close for the doors is going to be a magnet, which is two small like washers, square washers, let's say, that you are going to position on the center corner of the doors, and then the magnet on the box. And as handles, you can use the Z itself, so you don't need to place any handle there. As you can see, there we go. It's a little bit out of focus. I'm sorry about it. I wasn't paying attention. So now the magnet in the middle, and we are good to go. The only thing that I didn't record is that I put a piece of carpet on there. You can see it. So. I'm not that good player. This was a coincidence, but anyway, I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe. And if anybody wants and can help the channel, the Patreon button is down below. I see you next week with another project. We'll see what I can do. See you then. Bye bye.